Let's go to Ryan. Man, all the way to Fairbanks, Alaska. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, John. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How's things?
They've been better, but I can't complain too much. I'm pretty blessed.
So tell me what's going on, man. How can I help?
So I am now in my third week of me and my wife being separated for the second time.
I'm sorry.
I guess where my mind is going on this is I'm starting to feel a disconnect, kind of like my body's telling me or preparing me for more trauma, and I'm just in this mindset of where do I go from here? I do want to save this marriage, but I'm at the same time, I'm just starting to feel disconnected, and I'm kind of lost here, man.
Yeah, dude. So what happened, man? Why are y'all separated again?
Well, this time, do you want me to tell you the first time, or we just want to stick to this one for now?
Run me through the first one in 30 seconds or less, and then give me the second one.
All right. First time, came back from Afghanistan 2012, became an alcoholic or a weekend alcoholic, and 8 years later of being an alcoholic, she finally kicked me out.
Okay.
Second time, I sobered up for October 24th, 2020, so I've been sober since then.
Congrats, man.
This time, well, I appreciate it. This time is I didn't have it all together financially, and I wasn't sticking to the AA meetings that she asked me to do.
Okay.
And there's a lot that goes behind that.
That's right. So normally it's not the alcohol. Normally it's the person, it's the person you become when you're drinking. So who are you when you drink?
Disconnected, emotionally absent. I didn't give her anything that she needed in a marriage when I was drinking. I was just separate, like roommates.
Okay.
Go to bed late, never present.
So you're not violent, you're not rageful?
No, sir.
Okay. So instead of big outbursts, you just slowly over the course of a decade, she just slowly was drowning, right?
Right.
In isolation. She said, what was there some big event, or she finally just had enough in back in 20?
She has stuck around and really supported me through the last 8 years, and I think she just had enough.
Okay.
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
And it was unhealthy, and it was time to make a change.
So what brought you back together?
Well, I believe sobriety had a big play in that. I stayed sober for the last 22 months. And
you picked a hell of a time to get sober, man. Congratulations. It's been a hard season, dude. If you can get through this season,
kidding.
Wow. When you got sober, did you heal or did you trade? Here's what I mean by that. You come back from Afghanistan, you experienced some stuff, you saw some stuff. Drinking helps that mute that alarm system, right? It works. And then you can go work during the week and stay busy, and that helps. And then you can collapse in the evening and do the whole thing up over again. And then you can go through treatment, and you can go to AA or whatever, get sober. You can stop putting alcohol in your body. But if you don't go through the process of healing what your body was trying to numb out in the first place, then it just moves to something else. And sometimes that something else is work. Sometimes that something else is Netflix. Sometimes that something else is just staring off into space. Did you heal, or did you just trade addictions?
I believe I traded addiction for work.
Okay.
I'm being honest. There was some.
No, I appreciate your bravery. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I did. I work a lot, and
Okay.
there were some other things going on. I was looking down the barrel of the divorce shotgun there, and it didn't happen, thank God. But there's just a lot of going on, and I was focusing heavily on what she was doing instead of what I needed to do to heal.
That's right. So it sounds like she got back into a relationship with you because alcohol was gone, and she married the same, or she got back connected with the same person who showed up and was just unplugged, just instead of sleeping with alcohol. Now you started sleeping with your job. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fair.
So the hard question I always ask in this situation is she interested in staying married?
I don't believe she is.
Okay.
It's been brought up. And the last separation, it was brought up, and I was told I would have paperwork at the end of the next week, and that was 2020. So we're looking at 2022. I'm not sure, honestly. You know, if she could pull the trigger at any point or not.
So what do you want to do, man?
I want to save the marriage. And there's a lot here. We have 5 kids together. We have a big family, and I believe we can build something new. I truly do.
Okay.
But I'm trying to get healed myself.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Has she told you what she needs from you?
I believe I've heard her say this. I want to say yes.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm missing information, and we just never connect on that level of what do you truly need from me, and not what are you asking from me.
Have you all gone to see a marriage counselor?
No.
Why not?
I tried to get her in with one of my counselors, and it didn't go very well. And I do have a marriage counselor and a trauma counselor scheduled for the end of this month.
Okay.
So that's on the table, but she feels done. She really doesn't want to be here.
So here's what you can do right now. You can look at this as a mission to quote unquote save this marriage. And if you look back over the last 10 years, what you're going to end up doing is trying to solve a puzzle that you don't have all the pieces to. And so you're going to end up using a lot of energy. You're going to have a lot of worry. You're going to have a lot of expense. You're going to do a lot of stuff that may not get you where you want to go. You have been a brave man to say the words that when you look in the mirror and you are honest, most of this challenges you for any number of reasons. It might be undealt with childhood trauma. It might be stuff you dealt with on mission, on deployment. Who knows what it is? It might be you got home and you got 5 kids and you feel like you're better at work than you are at home. And so we naturally just going to go where we do things that we're better, right? I've been there. All that to say is you've landed here. And the common denominator moving forward is you. You haven't told me anything that she's cheating on you, that she's an addict too, that you just said like, no, she's just been putting in the time, and finally she just said, I can't, I'm out. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, there was some infidelity that caused some trauma on her part.
She cheated on you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So she's not blameless in this deal either, right?
Neither one of us are.
Okay. All right. So there's 2 things moving forward, man. One is you coming up with a clear, detailed plan on how Ryan's life is going to be different. Not how your marriage is going to get saved. Not how your wife and you are going to, how Ryan's life is going to be different. And the cool thing about that is, or the sucky thing is you play a role in it. The cool thing is you can work on that. And that might be as simple as, I'm going to turn the TV off. I'm going to start getting some sleep. I'm going to start getting some exercise. I'm going to get a group of guys together. I'm going to go see a therapist, ASAP. Those are all things that are going to help you become a better husband, a better father, a better employee, a better man, a better citizen. It may be that part of who I want to become is I want to become solvent financially. I'm going to get out of debt and stop being an idiot with my money. I'm going to learn new things, and then I'm going to implement these new things. And so it's just a matter of getting on a plan, right? Hang on the line, and I'm going to put you on a plan for free. I'll pay for it, okay? It may be I'm going to get a group of books, and I'm going to get a group of guys, and we're going to start reading books. And I want you to stand in the line. I'm going to send you a couple of books you can read too, okay? All these things have one common denominator, and that is you focusing on you getting well for the first time in a long time. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Second thing is this. You may have heard me say this on the show. It's my favorite marriage metaphor when you get to these moments. What is in the past is in the past, and there's a period at the end of that sentence where most of us who try to fix our marriages or improve our marriages or save our marriages, and I've been there, is what we try to do is go back to remember when we didn't have any kids and how awesome it was. We were having sex all the time and we had money to spend and we were running around the country and running around the world. And we have that picture in our head, and then we try to superimpose that picture over 5 kids, infidelity, alcoholism, and we try to make that work again. Mm-hmm. And what we have to do is let that go. And so the analogy is you could not go down to downtown New York and sweep up all the glass and twisted steel and recapture all the natural gas and get all the drywall back and rebuild the Twin Towers. You can't do it. That thing, they fell. There's a period at the end of that sentence, as hard as that is to say out loud. The only thing we can do moving forward is get some crews in there to excavate the whole thing, get with an architect or a couple of architects, draw something new. What do we want this thing to look like? Get with a set of engineers and some construction teams to build something that's arguably more beautiful and stronger, and build something completely new. That's the only option you have. Or just to move on and let it decay, right? So the question for you and your wife is not, hey, we want to fix the marriage and save it. It is, I'm interested in building something completely and totally new. Are you in? And that's, the limbo right now is killing you. The limbo right now is killing her. And quite honestly, the limbo right now is killing your kids. And I think it's time for a breakfast after you detail all the things you're going to do and you put the plan down, is to say, hey, do you want to build something new? What was, it was. Do you want to build something new with me? Because if you do, I'm all in. And if not, we need to do the paperwork now and we need to move on. Is that fair?
Yes, sir. As hard as it is to hear, it's what I needed.
Were you in a combat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know the difference between when the sirens sound and that gap before confrontation. That's the worst part, right?
Yep, it is.
That's where you are, and that's where you've been for a while. There is no engagement, but you know something's coming. And what may be coming may be reconnection and revisiting and rebuilding something magic, something great. Or it may be the end. It may be termination. But you're in that gap. The sirens are sounding, and they have been for a long time, and there's just no bullets flying yet. And at some point, somebody's got to pull a trigger. And I'm kind of beating this metaphor up, but at some point, you got to sit down and y'all go to IHOP down the street or wherever you go in Fairbanks, Alaska, and say, I don't know if you get a moose burger or something. I don't know. But you go sit down.
Yeah, we have those.
Of course you do. That'd be incredible. Somebody listening to this, send me some moose meat, man. I'm all in. But you go sit down and say, hey, use that same metaphor I just gave you. You can't go rebuild 9/11, the Twin Towers. They fell. Are you in to build something new? And if you're not, let's call it. As hard as that is. Let's be adults about this, and let's love and honor these 5 kids through this. Or let's start from ground zero and get the professionals around us that we need to build something beautiful. Are you in on that?
I am.
All right, here's what I'm going to send you to help you get going either way. I'm going to send you a year's subscription to Ramsey Plus. That's my friend Dave Ramsey. He's got that Financial Peace University. It's millions and millions of people have used it to get out of debt. I'm going to send it to you. Also comes with the apps and that connects to your bank and all the stuff, all the bells and whistles, okay? I want you to use that thing, and I want you to watch all the videos on that deal. And if she'll watch them with you, that'll be amazing, okay? That's number 1. And make your kids watch them too. Why not? Number 2, I'm going to send you my new book, which is Own Your Past, Change Your Future. And what that book is here's all the stuff, and now we're at the turning point. Here's all the crap. Now we have to ask ourselves that one terrifying question, what do we do now? And it is a step-by-step to walk yourself out of a wellness plan. Okay? I'm going to send you that. Okay. I'm also going to send you Total Money Makeover, which is Dave's book that helps with that. Okay? And I want you to commit to reading those books. Let your wife know as a part of your plan moving forward, you're going to read those books. Okay? So hang on the line here, brother. Let me just ask, are you all in?
I'm all in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me know how this conversation goes. And by the way, if she won't have this conversation, she won't have breakfast with you, I want you to sit down at a computer and type out a long letter to her that explains all this in it. She may not give you an audience now. Hopefully she does. Hopefully she'll be an adult and you can be an adult and y'all can just go have breakfast together. If she won't, write it out. Write her a letter and say, here's where I'm at. Here's the things I'm going to do. Here's that picture of the Twin Towers. And here's what I want to do moving forward. We got to scratch and clear the surface and build something brand stinking new. You deserve that. She deserves that. Those 5 kids deserve that. And I'm here to tell you, I've seen it done. It's a lot of work, man. But I was in New York a few weeks ago doing media. Man, and the monument they've built and the new tower they've built is something to behold. It can be done. Y'all are worth it. Go get it.